Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So we're back today, and oh wait, introduction. Can't forget about that.
Yes.
So I'm one of your co-hosts of this amazing podcast, Cullo,
Nice.
and you can find me at on Instagram and Twitter at Cullo_Deadpool. It's in on the layout, and if you're watching this not on iTunes because iTunes is being stupid right now. Um, But if you're listening to this on iTunes, if I ever get that to actually work again, because I just had to switch some things around, but that's not the point right now, then it's in the description. If you're listening to this on some other podcast app, it's in the description. But yeah, and I'm also joined today by,
I'm Alon. I'm the other host, and I haven't changed my username still on Instagram, so yeah, it's still the same.
I think
Yeah,
it
that's
might be
about
wrong
it.
in the layout, but because I keep thinking, wait, what is it right now?
Alon.s 128.
It's 128. Okay, yeah. So in the layout it says 007 from before. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that. Um, I'll make a note of it right now to change that because that's kind of important to change. Um, so I'm just gonna there we go. Okay, so I will change that for next time. But we're back today, so I
Yeah,
mean honestly, let's get into this because last week, oh, it was great news,
a lot
and
of news.
we I went on a bit of a rant about movies and stuff like that. It was really good. It's fun, you know.
Mhm.
But this week, of course, with after every good news week comes a dead week, and the majority of this news actually happened in the last few days.
Yeah,
Also, we're getting back to doing this weekly, so let's see how long this keeps up.
let's keep the streak alive.
Come on, we got to do this, you know.
Yes.
Um. So yeah, and we're gonna try to keep this at an hour. Although last time we said that, and then we ended up going to like an hour 20. I ended up managing to find like 20 minutes of silences, like overall, which is like we should fix that. Like try to
hmm
fix that. Like with talking, we need to talk a lot, you know. Um, but yeah, let's just get right into like the whole show because we have topics. So speaking of shows, aha, I did it.
Epic
I,
segue.
it was the best segue. Um, we have a casting call for Kamala Khan in the Miss Marvel TV series for Disney Plus, and a production start date of September 2020, so a year from now. And the casting call states, and I can actually read it, but God knows I won't actually have it up on time because, like, right now, because of course. But it has says, um, and now we're gonna have to find this, and it's gonna be like this awkward silence unless I don't keep talking and stalling, because I've got to do that. Okay, so Marvel Studios has begun the active casting search for a 16 to 24-year-old Pakistani American woman to play the lead role of Kamala Khan in the Disney Plus series Miss Marvel. Production is currently eyeing to begin September 2020, and this is courtesy of Discussing Film.
So exactly a year
Uh,
from now.
yes, and they said he's also eyeing to start filming in September of 2020.
Yeah. Is it a
So,
TV show on Disney Plus?
yes. Now, for people who don't know me very well or who don't know this one aspect of me, the one character who I've said forever, who I've wanted at least something from in terms of live action, has been Kamala Khan. I've always said, yes, we need her, we need her. Come on, do it, do it, do it. Her and the champions, we need both of them. We're getting one, so I'm happy. And we'll get the champions at some point. But like, this is what I mean. And then when they announced her, I was like, okay, you got to cast for Pakistan. You can't do this like whole not like really, but kind
Not,
of,
not
thing.
comic accurate.
Yeah, and it's important to her for her to be Pakistani because it's part of her character. So I
Yeah.
think that's important. Um, so yeah, I mean,
Wait, I have a question about all these movies by Marvel that have just been released. Are they going to be in theaters or only on Disney Plus?
well, these are TV series,
What about the
right?
movies?
The movies will all only be on Disney Plus. The same reason why something like the Netflix original movies aren't on in theaters, and mainly because theaters, and I think I kind of talked about this last podcast when we were talking about the Irishman or Irishmen. Is that that movie theaters say, yeah, we need 90 days before you can put it on your streaming services or whatever, and no one's gonna wait 90 days between theatrical release and that. It's like 3 months. It's not gonna
Yeah.
happen. So unless they end up buckling, but right now, no, nothing will be in theaters except like these will all be just Disney Plus.
What about Black Widow?
Black Widow, all the MCU movies will still be like Disney will still have their movie slate, but their TV shows and their Disney Plus originals will all stay on Disney Plus.
Oh, the originals are going to be only on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Okay,
And
makes more sense now.
But then after, of course, like as soon as their theatrical runs over, so as soon as the 90 days are up for every movie, it's going to be on Disney Plus.
What about Marvel Studios movies?
Everything, every Disney thing, as soon as it's done, it's going to be on Disney Plus. And Disney Plus isn't going to be like Netflix where it changes. You know, like how it changes its rotation.
Yeah.
And you like have one movie one day. No, it's just they're gonna keep adding things, but they'll never take things away. So at some point you'll have almost every Disney movie in existence and Fox movie that's not R-rated on Disney Plus.
So Marvel Studios movies in like the near future are gonna come out in theaters first, then go to Disney Plus.
Yeah, so 90 days in theaters and then Disney Plus, which is great. And I mean, it's another way to kind of sell Disney Plus. Is you don't want to buy the Blu-rays, and you don't want to spend all that money because $9 a month versus Blu-rays, which cost a lot more, and even digital movies, which cost like $30, right?
Yeah. When's
like
Disney Plus coming out?
Disney Plus in November. Actually,
this November.
Yeah, soon.
Jeez.
It's actually already released for free for 2 months in the Netherlands because they wanted to kind of give it a beta test phase. So if you live in the Netherlands right now and you're listening to this, which according to our viewership numbers is nobody, but still, if you are, then
tell us how it is. Check that.
And if you're someone who works and is important and works at Disney and you're listening to this, which I can't tell from our viewership numbers, so maybe, but then you should tell Disney that Canada needs it too. We need it for free for 2 months because we're small too. We're like the Netherlands. We're tiny. Yes. It's okay. You can give it to us, and we'll be happy too. So it's good. It's a win-win. But I'm gonna get it obviously when it comes out, and I'll review everything. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, now I would say I would give my suggestion on casting for this, but to be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea who she could play her.
Exactly.
I don't know any Pakistani actresses that are under 24 who look, and again, okay, and that's the other thing, which I kind of tweeted about, which I wanted to mention, which I just remembered. Their range is 16 to 24. She's supposed to be about like Spider-Man's age in the MCU. Like Tom Holland is 23. Tom Holland's 23 though. So, yeah, a 24-year-old does work if they look like Tom Holland. Like a little child. Because Tom Holland doesn't look like a 24-year-old. He looks like a 17-year-old.
5'8". He's a 5'8" dude that looks like he's 17, yeah.
And he's got like a baby face and stuff like that, so it's like, But like, I don't want a 24-year-old who looks like a 24-year-old because please don't do the whole Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire thing where you're like, oh, they're like, look, Tobey Maguire is totally in high school at this point. Or Andrew
Garfield was just too good looking to be Spider-Man. That's the thing.
But you just could, I mean, yeah. Ooh, that's a good rant idea. Because I'm still trying to think of what it should be. Anyways, so I don't think you're excited for this right now, at least.
Depends on who's in the cast. Maybe, like, when are they going to release the official cast? Like,
probably September 2020. I would assume at some point soon. Like, I mean, I don't think you'd get, like, you might get it. You'll get the mate, whoever she is playing Kamala soon. But all the other shows, like, as it gets closer to their release, you'll get the full cast list and set photos and all that stuff and trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of our topic on Disney Plus Kamala Khan. Wait, do we talk about Disney Plus again? No, we don't. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's our Disney Plus topic of the day.
Yeah.
Yay. So, speaking of Disney, haha, I did it again. And speaking
Another
of Marvel,
segue.
another great segue. It's not like I can just use speaking of Disney, speaking of Marvel for every single topic for the next 3 topics, because literally every single topic is Disney. I don't know if I said that at the beginning or if I said that before we started recording, but every single topic is Disney, literally. And the majority of them are Marvel. So,
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Wait, all of them are Marvel. Damn.
No
All four
DC
of our
today.
main and no other things really. It's just all Marvel. It's like, ha. Until we talk about like rants and movies and box office, then there's no
Yeah.
Marvel. Ooh, there's something I want. Okay. Anyways, back to the topic. Disney and Marvel have started an Oscar push, and I'm just gonna kind of. I really want to read this. Ooh, Star Wars tweeted something. Sorry, I got distracted. So Disney on their for your consideration page because so let me explain how this works for people who don't know. Every studio has pushes movies for awards. Obviously, that's how you get movies nominated for awards, right? So they have a for your considerations page, like an internet page, like you type it in for your consideration X studio, and they have a page, and you can check where there's like, for your consideration screenings for people who vote for the Academy and other people, right? And they'll do like little re-releases and stuff. But on their for your consideration page, they'll have all the movies that they're going to be pushing for your Oscars. And as you could guess, at the top of the page, it says for your consideration. Just, So DisneyStudioAwards.com for your consideration page has a full list of the movies which they will be pushing for awards. And the most
For the Oscars.
yeah, the Oscars. Sorry, yes, I should have clarified that. The Oscar
Yeah.
awards. I mean, also the Golden Globes, but whatever. And that includes. I'm gonna explain the same as the first one is Avengers Endgame. The second one, Aladdin. Now, not the old animated one, the new one,
The new
obviously.
one. The new live action one.
Then Toy Story 4. Now that is an animated movie. The Lion King, a live action movie, although actually it's more animated than not, but like, whatever, because it's all CGI, but
Mm-hmm.
And then Frozen 2. And if you're asking why Frozen 2 is because of course Frozen 2. Frozen, they're going to need they're going to try to get it for song, they're going to try to get it for animated feature and maybe even best picture if they can squeeze that out. I don't think they can. Toy Story 4, I think they're going to try best picture, and I think maybe The Lion King / Aladdin. I don't know. Lion King VFX 100%, and it'll probably end up. But Avengers Endgame is the one I want to talk about because we can talk about the rest. Those are obvious ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Avengers Endgame is the interesting one, and they didn't put the one I was surprised actually was they didn't put Captain Marvel on here.
Good. Endgame's perfectly fine. No Captain Marvel.
But the thing is, Brie Larson has won an Oscar, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So it would probably be it's easier to get someone who's already won an Oscar. But I'm glad they put event. So now people, as soon as they put Endgame, people are wondering, are they just going for VFX? Because the last time Marvel actually campaigned a movie of theirs, it was Black Panther, and do you know how many awards that got?
Like 5 out of 7.
Yeah, and it was the first superhero movie to ever be nominated for Best Picture. It was nominated in like 6 other categories, and besides the one category which it really deserved, which was of course Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger for Best Supporting Actor, but and of course it won a bunch of other categories. So, what categories do you think Endgame has a chance in?
Visual effects.
For sure.
Cinematography, probably, but I think Ad Astra is going to be in cinematography.
Nomination, not winning. Nomination. Let's focus on nomination.
Cinematography, VFX.
Okay.
Score.
VFX. Score, definitely, yes. Directors, do you think? Russo's?
Nah.
I mean, see, this.
They made a good movie, but I don't think they're going to get nominated.
Because the reason I think they might And the only reason is because I feel like the amount of people who love this is a huge movie, right?
Mhm.
It's
The
really
biggest
hard.
movie of the year.
It's the biggest movie of all time. Let's
Yeah.
just not get let's not just shrink it to the year. I mean, also it's also the biggest movie of the year, but like, and you think about it, it's a really hard movie to make. All these different pieces, you have to push them all together. It's really hard.
Yeah.
So I
All
think
those
it's
VFX, the 3 hour length, the sound effects, everything.
yeah, and I mean, I could see maybe a director's nomination, and then the one which or the two which everyone is debating about. Well, three really. It's does it get nominated for Best Picture?
I don't know, honestly.
Also, just a quick question, just like a little before I get back to the other three. Um, what about adapted screenplay?
Probably.
You think that
Possibly.
it has a chance
That's got a
there?
good it's got a good chance of winning.
Yeah, maybe. I think the Joker will win in adapted, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah.
And
Well,
original obviously is going to be
it's
Once
between
Upon
I
a
think it's
Time.
gonna be adapted screenplay is gonna be between Joker and Endgame.
Yeah, and actually, I'm curious, which I'm going to check while I keep talking because no silences.
Yeah.
I want to know what the Warner Bros. For your consideration is page looks like.
There's also a lot of people saying that RDJ should get nominated for Best Actor.
That was one of the ones I was going to go to next.
That's the
Yes.
one thing I don't agree with.
Why?
I don't think he gave a good performance. Like if you've
Oof.
seen like the people I think are gonna it's between Best Actor for this year is between Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, Nat Astra, and DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They gave the
But
two best performances of the year. I don't think
but
he did good, but not like Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood good or Brad Pitt and Nat Astra good.
okay, so Warner Bros. Hasn't announced anything. It's just coming soon on their awards page.
If Warner Bros. Does announce something, the name Joker is going to be on there for sure.
Oh, 100%. It'll be Joker will be there 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think maybe
Sony.
Joaquin Phoenix might get nominated for Best Actor for Joker.
Oh no, see, this is the thing, and I think I said this when I talked about Joker. He needs to. The movie was just so good that he needs to. Like, there's no other option.
I still have yet to see it. You've seen it before. I mean, you're telling me all these amazing things, and it's like making the Joker seem like such a good movie.
No, uh, yeah, I don't want to say any more though, because I don't. Yeah.
You said a lot, and I've come to the conclusion that Joker's gonna be like a real good movie.
I mean, you knew that before anything, just based on how it looks. Like it's yeah,
Yeah,
special,
the
special.
theme and everything.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, I loved it. But that's not the point here. The point is, yeah, I think Joaquin Phoenix definitely. I think Tom Hanks definitely has a chance because of what's that movie called?
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yes, I think Leo because he's Leo. I
Brad
think
Pitt.
Brad Pitt, although maybe not.
If if not Ad Astra, then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for Best Supporting Actor.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm just gonna check quickly. He hasn't got nominated for any awards before, right?
I
Brad
think he's
Pitt,
been nominated, but he hasn't won.
Oscar nominations. Because I thought, oh, he no, oh, yeah, he got nominated for Moneyball
Like,
and
yeah,
this Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and then he got best supporting act, nominated for best supporting actor in 12 Monkeys.
yeah.
Yeah, people are saying he could score two, both of them.
Both
Now,
best actor and best supporting actor.
and apparently Michael B. Jordan is another option for best actor from Just Mercy because that movie is apparently really good.
Yeah.
Um, but the other thing, which I found interesting, is see if you look at Robert Downey Jr. right, and you look at the Oscars, what does the Academy love? They love stories. They love good comeback stories. You know,
Mm-hmm.
who has the greatest like even like I don't think they should like he should get nominated for his performance in this movie necessarily, but I think he should be he should be nominated for his performance in every MCU movie from Iron Man 1 to Endgame. Because he has given, in between all those movies, the best performance of almost any actor. Probably up there with Tom Cruise for the A++ actors who have been robbed of Oscars time and time again. Right? Because like Tom
Yeah,
Cruise, you agree, has been robbed of Oscars.
many
Many,
times.
many, many Oscars. Robert Downey Jr. I think is in that same category, being robbed, and
I
refused.
don't think action movie stars like Tom Cruise or any action star wins Oscars very frequently.
Not for their action movies, but
No,
even Tom Cruise before he didn't win Oscars with like A Few Good Men and other the movies he did before Mission Impossible.
Jerry Maguire, Vanilla
Yeah,
Sky,
like
Rain Man.
none of that. It's like, I mean, anyways, I think that his comeback story, though, if Disney pushes it, I think he can get nominated. Because if you think about it, right? The dude had a bunch of drug and alcohol addiction problems. He was raised like that. Like he was raised with a bunch of drug and alcohol addiction problems, right? And
Yep.
his career was basically over. And then Jon Favreau was like, no, 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 no. This guy needs to be Iron Man. He needs to. I refuse to get Tom Cruise. He needs to be Iron Man because it was between him and Tom
Refuse to
Cruise.
get Tom Cruise.
Well, that it was, and then suddenly, bam, he's this mega star.
Iron Man gave him that popularity.
Well, it gave him that second chance, Robert Downey Jr. I think he deserves this, and I think he. I can't say he deserves the win. I think now what, unless they maybe find a way to get him instead of a lead actor, maybe supporting actor. Because if he gets nominated for supporting actor, then I believe he has a chance of winning. Personally, I think. I think it's a better chance than lead actor. Do you agree?
Uh, he's going. If Downey Jr. gets nominated, at least he's gonna have some like really serious competition, and I don't know.
That's
It's
what I'm saying.
hard. It's really hard to tell.
I feel like he's better chance in supporting than lead.
Who?
Robert Downey Jr. Like if they get him nominated for supporting, because you could argue his role in Endgame is the supporting role because of how many characters are in that movie and how he isn't the
And like
focus
Captain
necessarily.
America, Captain America, and like the main character or something like that.
I mean, I don't think Chris Evans gets a nomination because I frankly don't think like Robert Downey Jr. Has created the MCU and this phase of the MCU, um, and this like saga. So I think I don't know. That's just me, but I think he has a chance. They have a chance there. And then what about Josh Brolin for his mocap of Thanos? Will the Academy finally say mocap is real acting, or will
Probably.
they? No, they won't. Let's be honest here. The day the Academy says mocap is a real form of acting that requires talent will be a amazing day, but not today.
And it's also
Um,
the day that Josh Brolin has an increased chance of winning an Oscar.
or a chance of winning an Oscar. Yeah.
Yes.
But that now and then, yeah, and I mean, no one else really has their award pages up, but Disney does, and so they're going to be pushing Endgame, which means who knows? Maybe if it gets nominated for Best Picture, I'll be happy to watch the Oscars because imagine this. Imagine this lineup though. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Joker, Endgame, and then a bunch of other things. But like imagine those three. Like wouldn't you watch it for those three alone?
Yes.
You would watch the Oscars if like, Endgame, Joker, and
Once
Once
upon a
Upon a
time,
Time
Hollywood.
were
Most
nominated.
certainly. Most certainly.
So I mean, Oh, also maybe someone else will get nominated is those two from Ford versus Ferrari.
Christian Bale,
Damon
Matt
and
Damon.
yeah.
Yeah. I think Christian Bale has a pretty good chance of getting nominated for Best Actor. I don't know if he can win. I think Best
Two
Supporting
years in
Actor,
a row.
Matt Damon can probably win Best Supporting Actor.
Do you think he can win 2 years in a row?
Bale? I don't know.
Because he won last year for Vice.
Yeah, he played Dick Cheney really good,
But
but I don't know
I
about
don't think
this one.
I don't think they'll give him. I don't think they give him 2 in a row.
Uh, possibly, maybe, I don't know.
I think that's almost impossible for him to get
He's
2 in a
got
row
some.
because
If he gets nominated, he's gonna have really serious competition. But I don't know if he can win it twice in a row. I think for supporting actor, Matt Damon has a really good chance of winning.
I honestly don't even think Leo will win. I honestly think it'll be someone like Joaquin Phoenix or
Brad Pitt
someone like that. Maybe I don't know about Brad Pitt. Supporting actor,
in Ad
definitely.
Astra. Brad Pitt and Ad Astra is one I'm
But I
talking
just
about
think the
for.
competition's too big, you know?
Yeah.
Who put out Ad Astra?
Uh, what was the logo? I think it was like
And I can
20th
check.
Century Fox. Oh, 20th Century Fox.
Disney.
It was 20th
Disney.
Century Fox,
I
I
mean
think.
Disney, right?
No,
Fox
I
for
think
your
from what I can remember from last night, Ad Astra was 20 Fox.
Oh right, Ad Astra's last night for you, not
Yeah,
tonight. That's still coming soon. Yeah, Disney's the only one to put out theirs, and not even Disney Fox. And then of course, yeah, then everything else is obvious. Aladdin, Toy Story 4, The Lion King, Frozen 2. Oh, Toy Story 4 might get nominated for Best Picture.
possibly.
It could happen. Um, I mean, wasn't Toy Story 3, if I'm not mistaken? One of the Toy Story
Uh,
movies was. I'm pretty sure.
I
Maybe
don't
not. Maybe I'm
know.
going crazy. Oscars for Toy Story 3. Um, no, never mind. I'm wrong. I think Toy Story 2 Oscars. No, Toy Story 3. Maybe
I think.
Best Picture nominee.
Yep. It. Yeah, it could definitely get nominated
What year
for
was it
like best
nominated in?
animated.
20. Oh, definitely. I think it can get nominated for Best Picture. 2011 Oscar Best Picture nominees. I want to see what else it was going up against because it obviously lost. Oh, that was that the year that True Grit won? I'm
Probably.
trying to remember who won in 2011 for Best Picture. Um, Animated feature. Toy Story 3 won animated feature. Um, and there's Colin Firth, supporting actress, art direction, cinematography, costume design. Why can't they find picture? Is that at the bottom? No, it isn't. Oh my god, why can't um just how can category best picture, here we go. Somewhere in the middle for some reason. The King's Speech won that year, sorry. Yeah, The King's Speech won that year.
Mm.
The Colin Firth movie, yeah. So anyways, that's the end of our topic, I think, for Disney Oscar push. And I'm sure we'll get more news soon since award season is just beginning. Dun dun dun. Ha ha. Oh, by the way, Frozen 2 trailer on
Monday.
Monday for anyone who cares. Yeah. So now, speaking of Marvel and Disney, and hmm, I don't know what else. So speaking of Marvel and Disney,
Speaking of Marvel and Disney and set photos,
well, we didn't talk about set photos. Well, we'll get lots of set photos from the Oscars nominations soon and Golden Globe nominations. So, speaking of set photos, Marvel, Disney, and superheroes, and awesome actors, and award winning actors and actresses,
yes.
because has Jolie won?
Probably.
I don't know if she's won.
Probably
And
been nominated.
Jolie
She won. She
Oscar.
won Best Supporting Actress in 2000 for Girl Interrupted, and she was a nominee for Best
Oh,
Actress in Changeling in
yeah.
2009.
Okay. And she won. She was nominated for The Tourist, Changeling, um,
Girl interrupted.
A Mighty Heart, Girl Interrupted, Gia, and George Wallace for Golden Globes. So yeah. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So then, let us talk about Angelina Jolie and Eternals set photos that came out today because they started filming apparently, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
Doesn't isn't that great? I have no
Oh, you
idea.
sent me more.
I
More
sent you
set
four.
photos.
I sent you
I only
four.
saw one of them.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, I sent you four. There's actually five, but I only sent you four because I didn't know there was five until like 10 minutes ago when I was making the layout,
Mhm.
and then I realized, wait a second, there's more. And this one that I'm going to send you now actually shows something important. So when I send this to you, we can talk about it. But of course, we got Eternal set photos. So that's great news, right?
Pretty
Right?
pretty good
Right?
news with pretty good news, but I wanted Richard Madden. Come on.
Okay. Okay. Hold your horses, We're going to get it all. We've just started.
I hope.
Don't worry. We'll get it. And we'll even
This
get a
other
set photo
one.
of Keanu.
There's no context in in the photo you sent me. It's just them building the set.
No, it isn't actually. It's a very important thing. Okay? Just
What,
hold on. Let me explain.
what's the significance?
Okay. So we're going to talk about that one first. So one of the photos that came out was a tomb. Now, for people who don't know what the tomb of the gods or whatever it's called, I don't even know the name. Something to do with dead god tombs. Um, so people who don't know who that is or what that is, um, it is basically the Aztecs had something to do with the Eternals and a city. So don't ask me. I've never. I'm not the biggest Eternals person, but from what I can, learn from 10 minutes worth of research before the show, the Tomb of the Gods had something to do with Karen, who's supposed to be in this movie and who's an archaeologist, kind of like the Enchantress, kind of. I think I don't know. You remember the Enchantress, right, from Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of archaeologist. And it's so like the Aztecs are involved in some way, and the set pictures I showed you before with Angelina Jolie, who's Athena, look like it's some sort of or Athena. Sorry, why did I say Athena? Because I was gonna say it looks like some sort of ancient city, right?
Yeah.
So apparently it's the Aztecs
She's got that
because
blonde hair too.
yeah, which she does. So yeah, it's the Aztecs. Just so yeah. They're like the civilization of people.
Yeah.
And it takes place in Peru, at least this stuff.
Oh, that makes sense. These Tecas in Peru and the Spanish culture and all that.
Yeah. So, and you can see the little white tomb in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the tomb of the gods. It's like some sort of
Interesting.
portal or something. I don't know.
Looks really weird, but okay.
Tomb of the space gods.
Tomb of the Space
So,
Gods. Sounds a lot better.
so this is the an Aztec temple, which is featured in the classic comic by Jack Kirby, and um, in the comics, the Eternal Icarus disguises himself as a human cameraman to take along with an archaeologist, Dr. Damien, and his daughter Margot's expedition to find the Aztec city of space gods to build to honor the Celestials. Or it's built, sorry, to honor the Celestials. And of course, we did get a look at the Celestials already. So yeah,
I'm
ancient.
just like looking through these set photos. They look like Angelina Jolie has blonde hair. That doesn't bother me, but like the set, it's somewhat strange. What is she doing in water?
Okay, well, can I make a theory here about what she's doing in water?
Yeah,
Now,
waking up an Eternal. That's like, oh,
if you
maybe
go
she's
to,
like trying to get Namor or something, and then Keanu comes out of nowhere and he's like,
oh,
John Wick has evolved. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
now I can swim. Yes, do that. Marvel, if you're listening, do that.
Just
Also,
like
give us Disney
Angelina
Plus, but
Jolie
do that.
searching up, it's like searching through the water, and then Keanu Reeves comes up. He's like, John Wick has evolved from underwater. Da-da-da-da.
Now he can swim.
Yes,
Yes, let's do it. Marvel, you hearing this? Take notes. Come on, this is genius ideas here. But I think what it could be, if it's not that, which I'd be surprised if it wasn't, because that's like a very plausible theory right there.
mm-hmm.
Um, but I think it could maybe because if you look at the first photo, I think it's the first, yeah, the first one I sent you,
There's a fire on that in that first photo.
but it looks like there's a space crashed spacecraft of some sort. Do you see behind the fire?
Yeah.
So maybe she got out of that spacecraft and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm on this planet. There's this
Where am
blue
I?
stuff." And so maybe this is when she builds like, the tat thing and maybe she builds all this stuff with her mind powers because, magic.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be what it is. All I know is that we're going to be getting some sort of or maybe it's some sort of ritual. She's holding something.
Yeah, it looks like
It looks like a bottle. Maybe it's a note that says, Namor, come help me. And she throws that in, and then Keanu comes out. There we go.
yes.
That's what it is. I'm telling you right now, confirmed. Okay?
Reconfirmed.
That's the scoop. She has that. She's holding a bottle, which she's going to throw into the water, which is going to ask for Keanu's help. It looks like she's putting that in the water. It's perfect. Exactly. That has to be what it is. There's no other choice. Well, I guess we've kind of hit peak amazingness. So, are you
Yeah.
excited for this movie?
Yes, this is an epic cast.
And I'm really excited they're combining like a bit of ancient civilizations, like the Aztecs, into this
Into postmodernism and all that.
because it's supposed to take over the place over the history of the universe. So it's like good, include old civilizations. All we need now are the pyramids, and then we're good. Then we have everything,
Mm-hmm.
and we will get the pyramids. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, we're getting the pyramids. Okay, we're getting them.
Most certainly.
Getting them. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, any other like old significant thing. Oh my god, I know what's gonna happen. I've thought of another theory here. Okay, we're gonna get the city of Atlantis. Okay, because it's another thing,
Mm-hmm.
and Eternals are gonna sink it, and then John Wick's gonna come out and he's gonna have guns with him, and he's gonna start shooting them and swimming.
Where's the high table?
Exactly. And on top of that, we're gonna get they're gonna rip a piece of earth out of the sky and they're gonna throw it up and I'm like, oh, that's gone. And then the post credit scene is gonna be that piece of earth landing on the moon, and then out walks someone named Black Bolt, and we're gonna get the real Inhumans, and that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Isn't that gonna be great?
because the Inhumans TV show was apparently really bad.
What Inhumans TV show?
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
the only Inhuman who's gonna have a good TV show besides, I guess, Daisy on Shield. Shield had the best Inhumans, and now we're gonna get Kamala, who's gonna be another good Inhuman, and she's an Inhuman, by the way, if you didn't know, Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get the real Inhumans, cause you want them, or any Inhumans really. I've always wanted to see them in live action. Anyways, back to this. Um, yeah, I'm excited. So yeah.
It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good one. The cast is good, solid, good actors that know how to play characters, and yeah, hopefully, set photos of Richard Madden come out soon.
No, I'm sure they will. He's supposed to be a main character, so he must have some photos. You hear that? People who are leaking these, whoever lives in Peru. I'm assuming
Leak
that's. I think,
more. We want Richard
but
Madden.
leak Richard Madden, and if you see Keanu Reeves, let me know. Um,
Yes.
Speaking of Marvel, oh, wait, hold on. Gotta backtrack for a second. No, never mind. It's okay. I thought of another segue. Speaking of Marvel, Disney, and future Marvel movies, and Phase 4, and Robert Downey Jr. from 2 topics ago,
Yes.
Iron Man is going to be in Black Widow. Apparently. Apparently.
Uh,
Okay. Now we're going to talk about the extent of this. And I recorded a video about this. And then I was going to upload it. And then I said, I'm lazy. I'm not going to do that. So it's still sitting there. It's fully done. It just hasn't been uploaded. But who knows? Maybe this will come out before that. Or the other way around. Or I don't know. Anyways, not the point here. What do you think about Iron Man being in Black Widow?
it's kind of like Gamora and Endgame after Infinity War, after seeing her death. It's gonna be like the same feeling. Like, oh, he's back. Pretty cool.
But now, can I explain to you? Do you know the extent of his appearance?
Hologram.
No. So, since Black Widow is taking place over now, this is alleged. I don't know if it's been confirmed. But
Obviously, Black
since
Widow's gonna be taking place before Endgame, so
well, it's taking place over a long period of time, starting from her origin, then it's kind of jumping around a little bit. And so
yeah.
this apparently it's a 3 second scene where Iron Man. It's Civil War after the airport battle. You know when Black Widow like attacks, like stun guns, like whoever it is in the airport, so Captain America and Bucky can get in the plane.
Yeah.
So right after that, apparently, I it's a 2 second conversation where Iron Man basically says you have to run because the authorities are going to be after you, and that's it. It's an unused Endgame or in Civil War scene, and it's 2 seconds, and it's a little cameo.
Not bad.
Now they're not even getting Robert Downey Jr. back. Like
Are they gonna do RDJ?
it's a he's already filmed the scene. They just cut it out of Civil War. So
Oh, they're gonna paste it back into the Black Widow movie.
yeah. Now,
Hmm.
do you think this is does this need to happen? Do you think?
I think so. Yeah, it's pretty smart.
And do you think it
Uh,
takes away from his death because it's supposed to be a big important death? You know?
yeah, but I think it'll be good to like see him again on the big screen for a few seconds.
Yeah. I mean, people are like, this is gonna take away from his death, and or Marvel can't survive without him, so they're rushing back. But it isn't. You know?
Marvel's gonna be able to survive without him perfectly fine.
Yeah, they got Brie Larson now.
Yeah. Who else? Hemsworth. He's
Chadwick
still there.
Boseman. Yeah, yeah. He's got
Boseman.
Thor 4. Natalie Portman. They don't have Tom Holland
Richard
anymore.
Madden. Hey, Richard, I'm still
Angelina
waiting for
Jolie.
Bodyguard season 2.
They need Tom Holland.
And what?
They need to have Tom Holland.
Oh, right. He is with Sony now, which probably means we're gonna watch Venom decapitate Spider-Man in Venom 2.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be awesome. If they actually do that, that'd be so awesome.
Why would they do that?
Because it's a Venom movie, not a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but it's Sony. You think they're gonna make a Venom movie with a Venom movie as a Venom movie if they have the option of throwing Spider-Man in it?
They will make Venom 2, but Spider-Man's gonna be in it, and Spider-Man will get decapitated.
Or Spider-Man will end up killing Venom, and then you won't get a Venom 3, instead you get Spider-Man.
No, and then Carnage just comes out of nowhere and kills Spider-Man.
You mean Annie?
Annie. No.
Are you gonna get that?
Man,
Are you
I
gonna get
meant
that?
Cletus Cassidy.
Are you gonna get that reference? Did you get the reference? Cause the
Yes.
wig. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. But I think it's a cool cameo. If it's just that and there's nothing else, I don't think there's a reason why anyone should freak out. Um, Clearly, it's just like it's like you do a movie in the past. Of course, you're gonna have to get something. It's not like yeah, we're gonna have him co-star. Like yeah, and I mean, I would have expected him to show up if this takes place around Iron Man 2 time. I would expect him to show up there too, because
Mm-hmm.
that's where she shows up first. But I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and people gotta get over it, because you know.
You never know. They could show something from Iron Man 2 with RDJ and Black Widow that we've never seen, so they might use him for that one particular scene more than the scene in Civil War.
I mean, I don't want that to be honest, though. I just want them to kind of like use him a little bit and then be done as a quick cameo, because that's what you do, right? You use these characters, you cameo them, and then they're gone. Except for Doctor or Thor, because he's gonna get more movies. But
Yes.
I mean, it's gonna be good.
Still pretty good. It's still pretty good and pretty smart that they're gonna bring back Iron Man for like a short 2-3 seconds.
Yeah, it's good. Connects everything together. Shows, hey, this is a part of that universe.
Hmm. And they're
Um,
like, "Hey, we forgot to tell you something," and then they show that scene.
yeah. If Black Widow's like, you know why I ended up with Captain, and they'll explain why she cut her hair and got that terrible costume for Infinity War. Because I hate that costume and I hate the white hair and I hate the short hair. But I rest my case. Speaking of me getting angry at Black Widow's costume, unless you have anything else to say about Black Widow.
It's gonna
Well,
be a pretty good movie. It's coming out this May, I believe, right?
this May. No, well, yeah, I guess the next May we have, yeah.
Yeah, in theaters May 1st, 2nd. I think it was
Black
first,
Widow
or maybe even like the 5th.
release date. Were you to be on May 1st? Whoa,
Oh, okay.
I thought you were pulling numbers out of your.
No, because I saw like May 1st somewhere for the movie, and I was like, is it May 1st, May 5th? I don't know.
Because as soon as you said May 1st, it's like, okay, you're probably pulling numbers out of thin air. But
Black Widow in theaters May 1st.
just, yeah. Whoa. I didn't
It's like
expect that.
that's how it's gonna sound in TV spots now.
Oh my god, they're bringing it out in Russia first
Oh, because she's Russian. Makes sense.
by one day.
Ah, that's not too big of an impact.
It's a whole day. Kidding? Although, to be fair, I'll probably watch it on the 30th, so it's.
Oh yeah, April has 30 days.
Yeah.
April, June, November have 30 days.
They do, right? I'm not going crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going mad. Yes, this comes out on May 1st.
not bad.
Do you know what I realized today? 2021 includes literally there are the best superhero movies of all time coming out in 2021. You
What are
get
those superhero movies?
so you're getting Shang-Chi, you're getting Doctor Strange, you're getting Thor, you're getting the Batman, and you're getting the Suicide Squad too, or Suicide Squad, whatever you want to call it.
Plus Suicide Squad. Yeah,
They all come out in 2021. Can you believe that? It's nuts.
that's good. 2021 is a big is yeah going to be a pretty big year for superhero movies.
Like, don't worry. Like, Marvel vs. DC doesn't matter right here. The only winners are all of us who get to watch the Batman, which is going to be phenomenal. You're going to
Yes.
get Suicide Squad, which has a phenomenal cast. You're going to have Shang-Chi, which is going to be like this kung fu action, slow mo awesomeness.
Yes.
And of course, the Mandarin. So let's not forget about that. Then you're going to have Thor 4. More
A
Thor. Like, who doesn't
continuation.
want that? Then you get Doctor Strange. Who doesn't want that? Plus, we're not talking about the Disney Plus shows.
Talk
Oh
about
my god.
movies.
I'm so excited.
The real the real movies.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's
Not
all
not
it's all
TV
connected.
shows.
It's all connected.
Yes.
Except for the Ghost Rider show. That's not connected apparently. Not as connected. It's like kind of connected, but it's like the Netflix shows. Kind of connected, but not really. Um so let's get on to our next topic. Rants.
Rants.
Do you have anything to rant about?
I do.
Ooh, let's hear it.
This is about a movie I saw like a couple hours ago. Rambo Last Blood and the critics. I sometimes just detest and despise and hate with my entire soul movie critics.
Well,
They're
okay.
so like
We're movie critics.
it's
Let's just like we're partial movie critics. So let's just kind of like say you hate and detest
mainstream movie
Rotten
critics. Mainstream media that have movie critics. They're so bad.
Or we could just say Rotten Tomatoes. You know.
Rotten Tomatoes, Vox, everything.
No
Vox,
Vox.
CNN, Rotten Tomatoes. They all just gave Rambo Last Blood such bad reviews.
I think I got a IMDb is my favorite place to look at, like to see. Actually, no, Letterboxd is, but like IMDb is like I want to see what his score was on IMDb. What's it called? Rambo Last Blood. Anyways, keep going.
So
Keep
yeah,
going.
reviews came out for Rambo Last Blood. They said it was like a racist movie. It was way too violent. Had little story. Haven't you seen the other Rambo movies? Really? You
Oh
would
yeah,
know if you've seen the other Rambo movies, all the blood and all the gore and all the insides of people's bodies you see because Rambo's just blasting people's body parts off by shooting at them. Yes, Rambo Last Blood is a movie made by like it looks like a movie made by a bunch of deranged psychopaths. Yes, Rambo Last Blood is a savage movie. It's just so bloodily amazing. But like
I mean
calling it racist, come on, really? Why are you bringing politics into this? Why are you bringing such a politicized word
the
into movies?
so the IMDb score, which is like a really good version of the audience score. And actually, today I was talking to someone about this, and I actually found out they actually have a whole math formula as to how to rate each user review on IMDb, and I actually got a 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which is really
That's
good.
good. That's
Like
really good.
that's because now in terms of IMDb, for people who don't know, getting a good score on an IMDb movie is really hard it because of this math formula, which they legitimately have a math formula which takes into account how much you use the site and how many. So like if you use the site a lot, you'll have a higher weighting than if you don't use the site a lot. And actually, I'm going to read some of the reviews now because a lot of these are basically saying what you're saying. For
It was
example,
so good.
Sylvester Stallone. Hold on. Sylvester Stallone, a thin plot, the Mexican cartel, lots of inventive ways to make enemies dead. It's an absolute
Oh
cracker.
yeah.
Don't listen to the critics who are for some reason looking for something different from a Rambo movie. This is a Rambo movie for Rambo fans. And
Like myself. Come on.
and this other one which says, I saw some of the reviews of this movie. One particular critic called it a laughable Trumpian fantasy. I doubt they ever
Oh, that
actually
pissed me off
watched the
so
movie.
much. They're calling it like MAGA fantasies and a Trumpian, like a Trump
Wait,
supporters
I'm not
fantasy.
done yet. Um, I doubt they actually ever watched the movie, and this is just the fashionably offended looking for something to complain about. This movie is an action masterpiece. Formulaic,
Yes, it is.
yes, but sheer grit and psychotic rage emitted by the John Rambo in this film is a step above what we have seen from him in the past. It is a culmination of every injustice and every disappointment and every cauterized bullet wound channeled into revenge for one too many unwanted grievances. The camel's back has broken, and its that will pour onto the floor through the floodgates. If if it's an action revenge thriller you want, this is exactly what you'll get with this film.
Yes. Rambo Last Blood looked like a movie that was made by a bunch of deranged psychos. It's so much like gore and incredibly extreme violence. But that's how Rambo movies have always been. I don't know why like it's Sylvester Stallone's last Rambo movie. This is the final one, maybe even his last movie of his career before he retires from Hollywood movies for like until he died. He's 73 and he's still making these movies. He's still shooting people in the head and blasting people's heads off. It's like in this movie, I saw it and like somebody who hasn't seen these movies, you think John Rambo was a psycho by the way, such the creative ways he was able to kill these Mexican drug cartels, and they called it racist. Okay, I don't want this to get like I don't know how to say it, like somewhat political. I don't want it to get, but all right, Mexican's not a race, so yeah, that's one thing. Uh, Plus this is drug cartels, not your average Mexican. I was just in Mexico for a month. I know
Yeah,
how
I know.
Mexicans are. I know how Mexicans are. They're a bunch of great, funny, like such warm-hearted people. They were talking about drug cartels, not your average Mexicans.
I know, and I completely agree with you. I haven't seen the movie, but I do think that this is being blown out of proportion, as generally critics do, which really kind of makes me mad. Um, but yeah, I completely agree with you on that, and I think the critics have kind of become this very they kind of feel like they are this super powerful group of people, and I think the critic vetting process for especially Rotten Tomatoes has become weak.
Mhm.
There's some people who are on Rotten Tomatoes as critics who should not be, because they opinions on movies are wrong, flatly, plain out wrong.
Incorrect.
It isn't even like, oh, it's an opinion, you can have your own. No, 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 no. They don't understand the way movies work. Like, they don't understand what a movie is meant, and they don't understand when they're not the target audience of a movie. They think all movies are supposed to be meant for them.
Hmm.
And I could consider myself harsh toward movies that aren't good, but you have to. I also understand when movies aren't meant for someone like who likes what I like, right? Just like how you understand that sometimes movies that aren't meant for people like you, right, or things you like,
Hmm.
are, you know. So I think critics need to find their place, and that's why I like IMDb better, especially now that I figure they have an actual math formula, like a
It's
literal formula. Like that's
a formula for
genius.
giving. That's very smart of IMDb.
Like they literally every movie that goes into like their average count and Rotten Tomatoes, and I've talked about this before, which really makes me mad. Um, Rotten Tomatoes, all they the only thing the Tomatoes score actually calculates is who thought this movie was a passable movie. Cool, it's fresh. Everyone could think a movie's passable and it could be fresh. Everyone could say it's a 5 out of 10 movie and it could be fresh, right?
Hmm.
But the average score, and they do have the average score, you have to go hunt for it, but it's there. And the average score, I think, actually really levels movies out a lot more, because everyone could say, yeah, this movie wasn't very good, and say, yeah, it's like a 4 out of 10, and it could get 0%, right?
Hmm.
Because Rotten 37% means 37% of the people thought it was passable, if not better, right?
And there have been some movies with like really low scores that the majority of the audience they thought it was like a super good movie.
And the audience score, I think, is the same way. I think movies like Captain Marvel, which got trolled for their audience in terms of the audience score, or and now I'm not, and then or there's some movies which legitimately got a low audience score, like Ad Astra, which I think got like a 30% audience score.
Yeah.
But that's what I think at least.
Mhm.
Now, because that was kind of like I like that because it's kind of like
Just for the
mixture
record,
rants.
sorry for making it a little bit political. I didn't want to. I never want to make things political, but I had to bring it up. The critics asked for it, so
I
I
agree.
just gave them something in return.
We
So,
don't like doing politics on here very often
nope.
because that's controversial, and we don't do that controversial stuff.
The critics asked for it, and they got what they wanted. But
But now
yeah,
we're gonna have to talk about it. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. Um,
So I apologize to the audience for getting political about that. That's
it isn't
yeah.
though. It's just talking about what they said and saying it's not this. And I mean, I think it was fine.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I like that. We should do this more
More
often.
rants. Good.
Yeah,
It's a good topic.
I like this idea, especially if there's no news, like this week.
Just long rants about things.
Yeah.
What
Now,
do
I
you
don't
have
really
rants about?
have a full rant, but
Hmm.
I already kind of gave my partial rant with the Rotten Tomatoes thing. So, I mean, I don't have anything else because nothing else has made me mad this week. My big thing was the theater thing, but we talked about that last week.
Yep.
So, let's move on. And also, we want to kind of, finish at a decent point in time and not
Yeah.
an hour 40 later. But let's talk a little bit about movies you watched.
Hmm.
So, do you want to do me, you, or you, me, or whatever?
You can start.
Okay, I think I might do one, and then you can do your two,
Okay.
because yeah. So my movie is going to be pulling from that list of movies which I watched this summer because I've got 60 movies, which means I don't have to watch any movies. I can still talk about movies.
Exactly 60 or more than 60?
Oh, 67.
Oh wow, it's quite a lot.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about what movie am I? Ooh, Nightcrawler. Let's talk about it.
Oh yes,
Jake Gyllenhaal at his finest. I loved, honestly, this movie. I was shocked. It started off.
kind of slow. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not gonna talk about Nightcrawler. I know I said I'm gonna talk about it. I started talking about it, but then I just because of the whole topic of Nightcrawler, I had a better idea for a movie. Okay, we're gonna talk about Spotlight right now.
hmm
Have you seen it?
No, let me search it up real quick.
It's a Michael Keaton movie, won Best Picture when The Revenant was nominated, or maybe the year before that. So,
Yeah,
um, it's a
I
movie
heard.
about uh, I don't know how to. It's a very delicate subject matter for a movie. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this PG-13ly.
Oh
Um,
wow,
it's about
wow.
scandals with priests and kids. But it's a newspaper movie.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's really good
Yeah,
though.
this movie seems quite disturbing, but all right.
Um, it's actually it won Best Picture and stuff. Like it's got Michael Keaton, it's got Mark Ruffalo, it's got
James Darcy.
yeah, it's got a bunch of people. It's got Rachel McAdams. Anyways, because I'm watching this movie in school right now, so
Wait,
and I
watch in
also watched
school?
yeah, I
Hmm.
know with the subject matter, you're like whoa, um, but and I also watched it over the summer, so it's like perfect. So that's why I'm talking about this. So it's a really good movie. I love it. It's like full of twists and turns, which you don't expect, and it's all based on true events. So and I love newspaper movies. I don't know why. This has kind of gotten me more and more excited, and like movies like Nightcrawler and these news movies. I really like them. The way they're
Like
all laid
movies
out.
about journalism and all that.
Yeah, they're really fun.
Hmm
And so I watched a ton of those. The Paper's another one I watched, but like, yeah, I mean, Spotlight I think is really good, and it's one of Mark Ruffalo's better performances for sure. Michael Keaton is amazing in everything he does. One of the Howard Stark and Iron Man 2 is in the movie too, and I think Sabretooth is too at some point. Um,
Yeah.
one of the Sabretooths. But yeah, I mean, I love the movie and I highly recommend it. It has touchy subject matter. Oh, I just realized how on the nose that was. Um, anyone who knows what I'm talking about understands, but everyone else doesn't. But remember, it's a very disturbing movie, so I have to just preface that. Um, yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's that. Um, okay, now talk about your movie.
All right. The first one is good old Ad Astra
Cool.
with Brad Pitt. Uh, I was honestly amazed with the end. By the end of the movie, I was truly amazed with how they made it. Uh, my dad and I were like, we're huge fans of Brad Pitt. We just go and see any movie of his. Doesn't matter which genre, even horror. We still go see it. It's Brad Pitt. Uh,
Ooh, it's got Tommy Lee Jones.
yeah, Tommy Lee Jones, Donald Sutherland,
Yeah, and
Liv
Donald
Tyler.
Sutherland. Yeah.
Um, the cinematography in this movie was just incredible. So many colors, so many amazing looking visuals in space. Like there was this one scene in this room that was just red, like fully the color red, like
Wait.
and it was just it looked so beautiful. There's this one scene where Donald Sutherland was in a purple shade, and the cinematography was amazing. Um, the CGI in space looked really good. Um, Brad Pitt, my goodness, was he something? I think he can, as we mentioned earlier, he can probably get nominated for Best Actor in this film. Uh, the story was like really it was really interesting and got you like thinking. It's like the Matrix where you have to start thinking. That's what makes movies like really good. Where you have to start thinking about movies about like you have to start fueling your brain, like the Matrix, Inception.
Using
Uh,
your brain in a movie.
it's awesome.
That seems like a stark contrast to Rambo, or according to the critics. The only people who like it are people without brains, but Um,
Uh,
so
but
you thought it was amazing. Apparently,
it was
it's your
terrific.
second favorite movie.
Of the year, yeah.
Oh,
I
third.
think
Okay,
Brad
you
Pitt
have to
just
put Once Upon a
Once
Time
Upon
in
a Time in
Hollywood as
Hollywood.
number two on your letterbox because it really annoys me every time I see it. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't there. I
Yeah,
don't know why it annoys me. It just does.
Brad Pitt's
Do
just
that.
terrific at everything he does, and he just did nothing but deliver again once. Just excellent performance like he did in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I most certainly do recommend you go to theaters and watch this. It's like 2 hours of just
And
amazingness.
I'm gonna use a quote of you here actually. Quote: The story was so well thought out. The cinematography by Hoyt van Hoytma could get him an Oscar nomination, and he could possibly win the Oscar. End quote. So yeah, you know, apparently you
Yeah.
like the cinematography and the story.
Yes.
So yeah, very good movie apparently.
Very.
So to recommend.
Most certainly.
I'm assuming it was. Now your other movie.
Yeah, the other movie we just talked about that in the last one, Rambo: Last Blood. Uh, just a review of it. It
Just kind of give
wasn't
you a
any
brief thoughts because
different.
we kind of talked about it before, but yeah.
Yeah, wasn't any different from the other four. This one was also like super good. As I said, it looked like a movie that was made by a bunch of deranged psychos. Made Rambo look like a full-on psycho with the ways he killed everybody in that movie. But I love extreme violence in movies. I know that sounds really really weird for someone to say, but extreme violence in movies just makes it so much better. Sylvester Stallone, 73, is still blasting dudes' heads off. So that's pretty incredible. Uh, it was a short movie. Rambo movies are like an hour 30, but it was no different. Still a really bloody, gory, violent an hour 30 minutes of my life. And yeah, very good movie. Stallone obviously did really good. Uh, some supporting characters like Paz Vega and Yvette Montreal and some other really good Spanish actors in it. Uh,
There's a guy who's in
they
the
all,
Suicide Squad in it, right?
yeah, there were a lot of really,
Joaquin.
really talented Spanish actors in the movie. And I
I'm
think it
trying to
was
figure out
really
who it
good
is
that they
now.
got recognition through this movie. And yeah, that's Rambo
Yeah,
Last Blood,
so
dude. Uh, it's
let's do
just an
some
hour 30 minutes of gore, blood, and violence. Yeah,
beautiful.
terrific movie.
Let's
I would
do
certainly
some
recommend it.
box office. Unless you have any opposition to the idea of doing some box office right now.
Nope, let's do some good old box office.
So you were right, which really makes me mad.
Yeah,
Uh, as I told you that as soon as I don't know, I think it was like right after I uploaded it, the weekend actuals came out, and you were more right than me. Do you have our predictions, by the way?
I do.
Wonderful. So at number five.
For you, you had Angels Fallen.
Okay, so I was wrong. Okay, what do you have?
I had Good Boys.
So you were wrong.
Hmm.
Cool. We were both wrong. It was
Number
The
four.
Lion King. Because who
What
expected
place is
that
Lion King at?
overall?
Yeah.
It's made over 2 billion worldwide.
Hmm.
Hold on. It's actually no, sorry. It's made 1.6 worldwide.
Not bad.
Yeah, and it's
Number four.
and I gotta tell you how much it made this weekend. Wait,
And what place it's
um,
on?
three. So number five, three at 3 million, we have the Lion King. Okay, 4 million, and at fourth place we have what you put for fourth place.
Angels Fallen.
And what did I put?
Good Boys.
Hey, I got it right. Okay.
Nice.
Um, with 4 million. Sorry, I can't read. Then at third place, what did I
We
put?
both put Goldfinch.
Yeah, and that came in eighth place, by the way, with two. So
Wait,
ouch.
Goldfinch came in eighth.
Yeah.
Wow. What came in third?
Wait, Angel has fallen
Oh, wow.
with 4.4 million.
Gerard Butler's doing good.
Yeah. And then at number two, what did I put?
Hustlers.
Wait,
No,
I
wait.
did?
It's chapter two.
No, I'm pretty sure you put Hustlers at number two.
Yeah.
And of course, you were right for that because Hustlers came in at number two with 33, which is it's very close because Hustlers came with 33 million and it chapter two came with 39. So it was very, I
Very
mean,
close.
relatively close, yes.
Yeah.
Some other notable mentions. Um, Hobbs and Shaw came at 6.
Not bad.
Dora came at 10.
Mhm.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came at 12. Far From Home came at 17.
And it's on digital now.
Yeah, no one's. They have like a spectacular Spider-Man box set, right? For like $36. It has every Spider-Man movie ever made, except for Spider-Verse, I think. So all the live action ones. It's $36, okay?
Not
If you
bad.
do the
That's
math,
pretty good price.
$36, 7 movies.
That's a
Now,
good. That's a solid deal.
well, and that's the problem though. It's a deal. So look at
Yeah.
this. You do the math, right? And I did this. I just can't remember the numbers right now. I think it's 35. I said divided by 7. It's $5 a movie.
Wow.
Like, who pays? Like, you don't pay $5 a movie. Like, I mean,
No.
so yeah. I mean, some moron at Sony said, "Who? Okay, we're gonna price this at $35 because you're getting 7 movies for literally $5 a piece. Like, that's nuts."
Mhm.
I might get it though, so then I'll have all the Spider-Man movies. Anyways, next week predictions. What comes out next? Or this week, I guess.
Downton Abbey, Ad Astra, and Rambo.
So get ready for my controversial predictions.
All
At
right.
are we gonna start at 5?
One. My phone starts at number
1.
one. It can't go down.
Okay, cool. Number 1, we're gonna have Ad Astra.
Two.
Downtown Abbey. The reason I'm saying this is because apparently people liked the show that it was before.
Mhm.
So there's that.
Three.
Anyways, it chapter 2. Actually,
Four.
actually change that to Hustlers.
Hustlers. Okay.
Yeah. And watch me be wrong again with Hustlers having 100% drop and that makes no money.
Four.
5, 4, sorry.
Yeah.
Rambo or it. It's either Rambo or it's come. Watch Rambo come in like eighth.
Oh God. Well, the previous Rambo it had like it had a $19 million opening
Okay,
weekend and it finished with 108 million.
we're gonna check how much. We're gonna check how much they've made on Thursdays because I'm
Oh, on
curious.
Thursday, Downton Abbey beat Ad Astra and Rambo.
So uh, Thursday, Downtown Abbey won. Oh, whoa, hold on. Never mind. I'm changing some things around now. Yeah, this ain't happening like this. No, 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 no. We're gonna be changing this around a little bit, okay? I'm
All
putting
right,
Downton Abbey number 1 and Ad Astra's number 2.
that's what I was thinking.
I'm not. I didn't realize how much of a following it had. And then I'm going to put um. Then I'll put 1 point. Okay, then I'm putting um. It Hustlers Rambo.
All right, got him.
Okay, cool.
Number
Wait, hold
one.
on. Hold on. Sorry.
Any changes you want to make?
Yes, move Rambo up. I don't know. I don't know why I'm just so being so indecisive right now. Move Rambo because I just realized these are Thursday numbers, so they're meant to be small. Move Rambo to um third.
Third. All right.
Okay, and then everything, and then and then Hustlers. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be mad because now I'm like, okay. Anyways, what are yours going to be?
Downton Abbey one.
Okay,
I'm gonna go Ad Astra second.
move. Okay,
Three. Um.
I still think it's going to have some sort of lags, right?
Yeah. I think it chapter two is gonna be third. As much as I love the Rambo Last Blood, and I
It's
have
it's a smaller budget movie though, you know.
yeah, Rambo Last Blood. And five, I'm gonna go Hustlers. Yeah, that's that.
Cool. Now the other thing I wanted to do today, kind of just for fun, Joker is set to have an opening weekend apparently of around 84 million.
Jeez.
So let's make a prediction here. What do we think the Joker's actually going to make on their opening weekend?
90 million.
Really?
I just went for the quickest response I could. I'm going
And we're
90
gonna
million.
okay, and we're gonna do Price is Right rules. So if you go over, you're wrong. Or if it sorry, yeah, if it goes over you, you're wrong. Wait, hold on. Am I thinking right? Price is Right rules, whatever those are. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Hold on, I'm just gonna make sure I'm not making up numbers right now, because I tend to do that. Tend to make up numbers. I know it had an 8 in it. Okay, so early Joker box office predictions are projecting the film to launch at an 82 million opening weekend.
It's a lot.
And it's gonna break that record that Venom set. Um some people are saying 90, some people are saying 80, some people are saying 80.2, some people are saying so I'm gonna say 82.
82 mil?
Yeah. And just we can write this down or we can not write this down. I mean, how much do you think it's gonna make overall? Just curious.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Overall,
I just need to check something quick.
overall, probably 500 mil or 600 mil.
So I'm just gonna quickly do the ways I do my guessing math, which is I look at a bunch of movies that are similar and then I average them all out because reasons. So like I'm gonna look at something like Logan and I'm gonna say, okay, that how much does that make? You know what? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna say overall it's gonna make 500 million. Wait, are we gonna write these down or no?
Yeah, I'm writing them down right now.
Okay.
Overall, how much did Venom make opening weekend?
80.
80. And it
And then
finished with 800 million.
it finished with almost a billion. Yeah, 800, I think. Logan, though, but now you have to remember, China had a lot of that. China
Yeah,
won't have a lot of
China's a
Joker,
big contributor.
and China won't have a lot of Joker,
Hmm.
um, because it's R-rated. They don't like R-rated movies.
I'm gonna go with 700 million.
Okay. That's big.
Mhm.
Um. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy stuff. Joker
I
making
will
money.
try to see Joker as early as possible when it comes
Yeah,
out, so we can do a review as quickly as possible too.
we will be reviewing it on. Hold on, because if I'm not mistaken. Oh shoot, that's not good. This is I hate it this time. Hold on. I just need to check something quickly before we. Just because I need to know how. And I might put out a Joker spoiler review now because apparently people like reviews when they come up early.
Hmm.
So I'll do that, and then we'll have our spoiler podcast, of course. Um, I just need to check
The biggest
because
part of a movie is the ending. Is the ending of the Joker like something really big or just another casual ending?
I'm gonna I'm going to opt out of that question.
Ah,
Oh my, that's not gonna be fun. I mean, it's gonna be fun, kind of, but it's not gonna be okay then. I guess we're gonna be doing it like this then. So I guess we won't be doing a Joker podcast until later. Okay, then. We will be doing a Joker podcast on the week of the 11th
hmm.
because I'm at Comic Con on the weekend it comes out, so we can't do that weekend.
New York?
Yeah.
Nice.
Saturday was the only day I'm there. The Saturday is pretty underwhelming, though. It's disappointing. The Marvel TV and Marvel Games is before, but John Wick's going to be there, so John Wick
John
Games.
Wick Hex. Yeah.
And it says there's a special guest. Maybe
Special
Keanu?
guest. Possibly Keanu, possibly
Because
Ian McShane.
Keanu loves doing that kind of thing, right?
Maybe. I mean, he's not the kind of guy that goes out to these public kind of events. He doesn't go to like the Oscars, like even if he doesn't get nominated. I think it's probably gonna be like Ian McShane or something.
Yeah. Or it'll end up being someone useless. They
Probably
also
Ian
got
McShane
a
from Athletic.
they've also got a shoot, what's it called? The Amazon panel,
Mm.
which is like Tom Clancy season 2 and The Expanse. Problem is I haven't actually seen any of them, so you know. Yeah, so anyways, that's gonna end the podcast. If you stuck around this long, then well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Um and I think we managed to cut that silence down, and it's only an hour 23. So yay. Um so don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. If you're on iTunes, give us a review. Follow us on social media. Check out our other videos. Am I missing anything? Might be.
Uh.
Oh yes, of course. I completely forgot the most important thing. Our channel social media, which you should follow too,
Yes.
because then you'll know when all our videos come out. Because I put them on everything, Facebook and Twitter, and it's all Comic Boys underscore. It's all of it, except our
Yeah.
email, which isn't that. And so if yeah, just share it too. That's the other one. Yeah, share. And I will be tomorrow doing potentially 2 reviews. A Watchmen TV series because that comes out today, the first episode. Which I don't know if you're gonna watch that. You're gonna watch
Eh.
that?
Eh.
Okay. Anyways, I will
Second one.
be doing a review of the episode 1, and I will be reviewing Young Justice because it has finished airing. It finishes airing. It has finished airing actually now. Also watch in the morning, and then I will review it. A full season of Young Justice season 3. Because people wanted that. So yeah. Because I don't do illegal. I do legal. So I wait till it airs here, which will be finishing tomorrow or today. But yeah. So see you all next time.
Bye.
See ya.